Hi-de-ho, this is Tony with the Jeep Talk Show, and just like you, I'm listening to the 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast with Nikki G.
Episode 102, Everything's Looking Up. Ohio is called the Buckeye State. Do you know what a Buckeye is? Yeah, it's a worthless nut, and Ohio is full of them. Hello and welcome to the 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast. I'm your host, Nikki G. I'm here to inform, entertain, and delight your ear holes with all things off-road for the next 10 minutes or so. Why 10 minutes? That's about how long it's going to take the cats to finish their cat food and then start annoying me again. Yeah, that's really a thing. So this is a portion of the show where I give my boilerplate Lego mumbo jumbo. And thanks to AI enslaved interns, I don't have to do it now. So take it away, enslaved AI interns.
You can follow the 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, but never on TikTok. You can listen to the 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast on whatever the hell you're listening to it on now, including Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Spotify, Odyssey, Podbay, Podchaser, Pocket Cast, iHeartRadio, and on YouTube.
Got something to say? We would love to hear from you. Just contact the 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast at 10minuteoffroad@gmail.com. That's 10minuteoffroad@gmail.com. Or leave a comment on our YouTube channel.
You guys are worth every penny. All right, welcome to tonight's show, or today's show. Whatever time you're listening to it, welcome. This week I want to talk about the Toledo Jeepfest is coming up this week. When this podcast drops on Sunday, I will be on my way back, hopefully, from Toledo Jeepfest. I'm staying in their overland camp. They call it Jeep Base Camp. I stayed there the first year they did it. They had like overland vehicle camping, and then they had tent camping. And so I signed up for the tent camping. And I was the only person there at the campgrounds. They had the overland people on one end of a park and us tent people on the other end. And I was all by myself. I think it was due to my breath, maybe. But yeah, I was the only one that camped there. They haven't done the tent camping since then, probably because of lack of interest. Although I sent them a nice email thanking them for it and had a great time. And I hope they do it again, and they didn't. So last year I just drove up there, went for the day, and then, left. This year I entered in the overland exhibit thing, and so I'm going to stay there. And I'm going to be with a couple of friends there that are also staying in the overland camp. And so when I get back in the next episode, I'll talk about that. Hopefully I had a good time. Love to see everybody's gear. I'm a very minimalist when I camp, and even going to this thing, I didn't pack half of what I normally pack because I'm in an urban environment. I don't really need to pack a lot of stuff. I'm not even bringing a cooler because for food, I've got my staples of SpaghettiOs, instant oatmeal for breakfast. I even threw in a couple of Mountain House meals that I have, and a military MRE in case I get really hungry. But I'm going to be in an urban environment. Why would I want to cook over a campfire, which I enjoy doing, when I could just walk down the road to a restaurant? And let's face it, when I'm going to be there with friends, we'll probably be, there'll be food readily available. I don't think I have to pack anything, although I am bringing a crap load of water with me. I'm looking forward to seeing all the gear and all the stuff that shows have to offer. Yeah, I'm a Jeep guy. I'm into Jeeps, but I'm really going up there to just see the off-road stuff. All the off-road vendors. I'm hoping to pick up some new and exciting gear. I don't know what I'm looking for. I am looking for TJ stuff for the TJ. I'd like a rain poncho for it, which I'm sure they'll have there. I'm sure there'll be a bunch of vendors with something similar to that. And just, I like seeing all the old Jeeps in the Jeep Parade, but I really get off on the vendors. I love cruising through the vendors, talking to the vendors. But last year or the year before, I was giving the guys at Best Stop a hard time because I know it's Best top, but I was looking at it as Bees Stop and just hassling the guy. Just joking with him. What is this Bee Stops, and how does this thing keep the bees out of my Jeep? And the guy got very annoyed with me. Oddly enough, when I went there last year, it wasn't the same guy working the booth, so I couldn't apologize. But oddly enough, now I am in the market for a new soft top for my TJ. I'm going to have to go talk to the Best Stop guys or the Bee Stop guys. And God, I hope that guy's out there, and I hope he doesn't remember me. But how in the world can you forget Nikki G? A good segue now. Let's talk about Uwharrie. I bought a season pass for Uwharrie at the beginning of the year. When you buy a season pass, you have to go at least, I think, 5 or 6 times to make it worth your while. And that's usually not a problem. I'm at Uwharrie whenever I get bored. It's basically in my backyard. I just drive up there even if I just spend an hour or two. A couple of times I didn't even drive the trails. I just drove down a trail, parked, and filmed other people driving down the trails. Not the case this year. Have a season pass, have not been to Uwharrie once this year. I gotta go at least once. Uwharrie got very popular, and there's a lot of people just don't know trail etiquette, just crowd the place, trash the place. It's to me, it's no fun anymore. I guess the responsible thing to do would be to go out there and help educate the people. Some people are kind of resistant to advice. So, yeah, but I haven't been to Uwharrie, and all the people I hang out with that meet at Uwharrie, I apologize, I'm still alive. I'll be out there someday soon. Probably when it cools off a little bit. Uwharrie gets very hot. For some reason, I don't know why. I can go drive all over the mountains in Fiska, and it's bearable, but Uwharrie gets hot. It's no fun. And now changing gears again to another segue. On my YouTube channel, my Nick G YouTube channel, just looking through things and seeing how analytics and everything's going. And I appreciate you guys watching my YouTube videos, clicking the like, hitting the subscribe, even some people comment on it. And it really throws me off when I get a comment from a video I made like 2 years ago and I can't remember. I know what the video was about, but I can't remember everything that happened. So it's forcing me to go back and watch some of my videos before I respond to the comments. I love it. I love the comments. But I was watching my Nick G YouTube channel, and I'm switching. YouTube now has a podcast feature. So I'm switching all my old podcast videos into the podcast category on YouTube. And I noticed on my Nick G channel, I'm missing about 25 podcasts. I think I have podcasts 1 through like 14, and then it picks somewhere up in 40 or something, 50 something, somewhere around there. I have no idea where those podcasts are. But on the YouTube channel that I have strictly for the podcast, youtube.com/10minute off-road. It should be, when I check that, all my videos are there and they're all in order, so easy to watch. So you can still listen to my podcast on that YouTube channel, or they're still available on Spotify, which hosts my wonderful podcast, is which you're listening to it now. Used to be Anchor, but Anchor sold the pod to Spotify, like the bastards they are. Big corporations gobbling up little corporations all over the world every day. I shouldn't be surprised. And I'm getting very, very rambly now, and my dinner is almost done, so I think I am going to enjoy a meal. And until next time, this is Nicky G saying, wheel what you got and be happy.